Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lakeland Vale Let's Play series with me, CWATTYESO here in Farming Simulator 19. I've been doing some work off of camera to remove trees from around my lovely wonderful fields here. However, I have run into a little bit of a problem and I'm going to show you what the issue is, and it's kind of derailed me a little bit because it means I'm probably not going to be able to make as much money as I wanted to. We're going to chop down a tree first of all. You have to forgive the camera. It's not the best because I'm using the not using the disabled collisions mod. And there we go. Chop down tree. Cut it all up. All looks fine. Fairly well, some people will say. However, we come down here to the next tree. This lovely tree here. And you get the message. This tree type is not supported, which means I can't log these types of trees. And annoyingly, this is the case with several trees on the map. Now, I already knew the problem with the bendy trees, hence why I went round with the T-Rex, removing as many of the bendy trees as I could myself, you know, beforehand. But alas, I'm not going to get as many logs as I wanted because I can't log all the trees that I want to log, unfortunately, because some of them will only be cut down with the T-Rex. So Dolores is probably going to be a bit of a loss leader on this one. As it comes down to it, we are probably on a bit of a loss leader. Unfortunately, what that means is I'm not going to get a lot of money, which means what I've spent leasing the machinery so far, bearing in mind I haven't yet got I haven't got a machine to pick up the logs yet, is what I'm trying to say. I keep forgetting my words today. My brain's a bit scattered today. I've got a lot on my mind. So yeah, can't remove that. So it's like, bit of an issue. I mean, there are a couple of trees I can grab as extras. But unfortunately, my plan to do logging, or do some logging as a bit of an alternative to what I normally do, is well, unfortunately not going to be terribly profitable for me, seeing as most of the trees are not supported. And that's not a thing to do with Stevie. It's got nothing to do with Stevie or the map or anything like that. It's actually got more to do with the fact that Giants have managed to code trees into the game that you can't cut down with the tree tool, the forestry tools, which seems a bit strange to me, that you would have trees that you can't chop down. You'd think these machines would be perfectly designed for removing trees. However, Giants has made it so that, and I had, you remember in my first Let's Play series on Estancia Lapacho, I had that problem. Near all the trees on Estancia Lapacho could not be cut down with the forestry machine because it would say unsupported. So in the end had to open up the map on Estancia in the editor and actually just delete the trees when I wanted to remove them. When I wanted to remove trees, it was just easier to open the map and delete them. But anyway, I'm chopping these down. And then I'll come round with the T-Rex. And we'll clear up the stumps after I've removed the logs, because unfortunately with the T-Rex as well, if you come round while the logs are on the ground, I discovered the T-Rex will gobble up the logs and remove the logs, which is a bit of a problem. But you can see I've been round most of the field at this point, and I've removed the trees that I can with the Scorpion King. And I've got logs to come now and pick up, because I've spent a lot of money leasing this equipment. This equipment's not cheap to borrow. Won't deny that. It's not cheap. Logs. I've got some stumps to remove. I tried to remove some stumps before I removed the logs, and as you can see, that's just a disaster. Just an absolute disaster. Logs everywhere, apparently. Set that one. And then we'll probably be about done, I think, for actual tree removal at this point. Because most of the other trees are going to require, like this one here. You think this tree here would be perfect for logging, but apparently it is not. Same as like these trees here. They're not supported either, which is a flipping annoyance on a huge scale. So unfortunately, can't chop down any more trees with that. So it's a case of having to use our friend the T-Rex. Being careful, of course, not to hoover up my logs. And then it'd be a case of trying to find them now in amongst all this brush. But anyway, we need to come down here and we're going to need to pick up logs. And get the logs collected wherever I can. However, what I will do is I will return my Scorpion King. Keep the T-Rex for the minute because obviously we're going to need that. And then we're going to get... borrow that. Right, and we'll go pick up our logging machine. Not the fastest machines in the world, these, by the way, for anyone wondering. Now, I didn't remove any tree... Well, I removed trees from around the farm, which you saw in the last video. However, I've not done any logging around the farm. I'm not really that interested in logging trees at the farm. I wanted to do it from around our grass field area. If I could, what I should have done, I should have used the store deliveries mod to have had this delivered to the field where I'm working. Shouldn't I? That would have made more sense. Planters finished. Oh, got the planter down here, ready to plant something on field 21. Well, that's going to be a job for tomorrow now, in game. We are running out of daylight. It's going to be night time and Dolores isn't going to get these logs picked up. Fortunately, I don't think, because my log picking skills are not great. I've not had a lot of success with picking up logs in Farm Sim. One of the reasons why I tend not to do logging and tree work and stuff like that, because I'm very bad at it. You can see our Case Magnum is primed, ready to do some more subsoiling. In actual fact, there's probably no reason why he can't be running now. Is there? If you think about it. So we'll hire a worker and let him do what he needs to do. Get all those fields subsoiled, and Dolores will carry on rocking and rolling. Take a screenshot, might as well. As we go down to do the logs. So yeah, the plan of course for me is to get that field opened up a bit, the grass field, and then we'll probably replow it a little bit, extend it a little bit. Wish they'd make these things faster. This is a new mod. This came out the yesterday or the day before on the mod hub, so that's why I'm using this. This is a relatively new one. Compared to some of the other mods that I just installed the other day, which people have probably seen before, the John Deeres and stuff from, was it North Modding Company or whatever they call themselves? But here we go. Now let's see if my crane arm handling skills have improved in all the time I've been playing the game and not done logging. Not been doing any logging. Oh, hello. Oh, yeah, flip. That actually does open a little wider. Of course, it's going to be problematic for me because to control these things, you always need to use the left and right buttons on your controller, and unfortunately for me, those buttons don't really work very well. I did buy a new controller the other day, but I'm not using it on Farm Sim on my PC. I'm using it on my PlayStation. Because I've just actually got myself PlayStation VR this week. Right, let's have a look then. So probably going to rotate that, which is fine. Oh yes, we've picked up logs, baby. I've picked up some logs. Zoom the camera out just a little bit. Oh, see, that's what happens. I'm pressing the right button, and it's because it's a bit iffy on my controller. All of a sudden, the camera will start to move. It will. Instead of what I'm trying to actually move, which is the implement itself. Don't know of a fix for that, apart from, like I say, using a new controller which has hopefully fully working left and right buttons. Trouble is, I drop my controllers so much they get broken, and I don't drop them through anger. It's because I end up knocking them off my desk and off my PC and what have you. They are let's have a look. I was miles away, wasn't I? Try and rotate that round, and then we've got to bring that right the way in. Maybe push it out a little bit. Oh, I'm doing well. I'm surprised at how well I'm doing at this. because like I say, I don't normally do much logging. But one of the things I am thinking of doing is maybe doing some of this on the multiplayer server. Oh, there we go again, look. The camera is fighting against me. There we go. The most important thing is to obviously drive around and get as many logs as I can. Hopefully not lose them. Hopefully I can strap them. Yes, I can. Which is good, because then they won't hopefully fall off the trailer. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky. Right button again. I've really got to squeeze it really hard to make sure it doesn't give me problems. Oh, you son of a bitch. Why did I know that was going to happen? Oh, we've got a bit of a rock on. Open. There we go. Do do do. Now, some people will probably tell me there's a really quick way of doing this. You know, there's a really quick way to pick up logs. You know, a guaranteed method for doing it. Which saves you a lot of headaches. That's what happens as well with this thing. Start to press one button and something else happens instead. Okay. Picked up logs. So yeah, let's do the logging. He says, let's do logging, because logging's fun. Wondering. Oh, that fucking button is driving me mad. And if I could pick up I'm trying to be greedy here, and it's probably going to work against me. I was trying to see if I could pick up all of these logs in one go. Oh, I can. Oh, I've dropped one. That was a disaster. See, this the fucking right. I'm fighting the right button on the controller all the time. Don't like that. Whoa, it's getting a bit wild. I might give up. I might honestly give up with the log collecting. Because it's just driving me nuts. And that's because of the controller, not because of logging as such. It's just because my controller is terrible. The buttons are so bad. And one more. Give it a full rotation. Right in. Oh, I'm almost pro. I'm almost pro. Pro flipping log collector now. Oh, it's just a shame there's so many of them. Also, my trailer's getting very lopsided. I ought to think about maybe doing a better job of stacking these. Question is, will I be able to get all of those? Go. We might be better off taking the little ones first. Oh, it's because it's spinning. Oh, I wanted to rotate the flipping thing, look. Squeeze that button as hard as I can. That's not good. That's not good. Logs on the ground. Oh, you scumbag. They drop out. Of where I want it. There we go. Now I've got 2 more logs to pick up here. It's going to take me ages to get these loaded. Oh. Come on, stop mucking me about and just pick up the bloody logs. try and need to lift that up, because what I want to do is bring them right in close like that. Now if I open that log collector, boom, they're all supported. Right, well, I'm going to carry on trying to get these logged and picked up. I'm probably not going to get a lot more done today because it's nearly going to be night time soon. So thank you for watching today's episode, folks. I hope you're enjoying it, and I'll see you again very soon in the next episode. Goodbye for now, folks.